Hey artists! Today I'm going to show you how to draw some super cool fiery flames. We'll start with the shapes that make them look like they're dancing and then add a bunch of warm colors. Follow along with me and I'll show you how easy it is to do. Hi, my name's Kathy and I've been teaching kids how to draw for over 20 years now. My favorite thing to do is to show students that when you take things one step at a time, learning how to draw just might be easier than you think. The supplies you need for this project are just a sheet of drawing paper, a pencil, black marker, and crayons. Having a really cute kitty watch you as you draw is optional, but I highly recommend it. Before we begin, I like to recommend that students add center pencil guidelines to their paper. They're also on all of my tutorials, and they do help you see where to place your lines. Okay, the good news here is that there's more than one way to draw a flame, so your lines certainly do not need to look exactly like mine. I'm going to begin with that smaller yellow shape and draw the right side of it, which is kind of a combination of curves and points. Now put your pencil back up near the top and draw some curvy flame shapes that are coming down, some short and some longer, and end up with some curves along the bottom. Next, a taller flame shape is going to get wrapped around the smaller one. So draw the right side like I'm doing here with some points and curves and meet up near the bottom of that smaller shape. Let's continue with the left side of that. So there's a tall flame shape on top, some shorter ones on the side, and curves, and that also ends at the bottom of the small flame shape. I'm going to begin the biggest flame shape now, so go to the top, draw some curves that go to the right and the left. Just try to make them all different from each other if you can, and then have that end up with the others near the bottom. The left side of that biggest flame is finished now, so try maybe making some of these curves a little longer and a little taller, and they also end up near the others at the bottom. Okay, a few finishing touches. Let's add some smaller flames here and there, beginning with these two little ones. A larger one on the left on the outside, and a larger flame above, and one on the right side too. We can turn our flame into a nice campfire now by adding some logs underneath. I'm beginning with the middle one, drawing the sides and that end shape. That's funny, doesn't it look like my kitty is trying to warm her paws? After each log is drawn, it's going to need some lines for that texture and a kind of swirl shape on the end. Now it's just a matter of repeating those log shapes, but going in different directions. Here's how a log would look to the right of that middle one, with the side lines and then the texture lines added inside. Let's move to the left side now and draw a log there that's pointing in the opposite direction. We need one more log on the left, and that one is pretty much laying horizontal like this. That's going to be true too for the last log on the right side. Let's finish now with a horizon line so we can separate the grass from the sky. Now it's time to get out that thin black marker and trace all our lines so we can see them really well. And whenever a tracing is done, usually there's some pencil lines still showing, so we need to get rid of those. Now it's time to bring out those crayons. I'm going to begin by filling in that middle shape bright yellow. The flame shape around it is going to be a dark orange. And the outside is a bright red. Do press hard to get your darkest colors. The logs can be done with just one brown crayon. Press lightly for the ends. and then press hard for the sides so they get darker. I'd like my grass to be green, of course, and the sky a darker shade of blue. Here's my finished drawing with no kitty on top so you can see everything. I hope you learned that when you draw a larger flame with two smaller ones inside, then you can use all three of your warm colors and get something that looks a lot more like a real fire without spending a whole lot of time on it. If you liked this project, then visit my website, Art Projects for Kids, where you'll find more drawing lessons, including one for a couple of trees, which might make a nice background to our flame drawing. I hope you give them a try too, and I hope that you keep on drawing. See you next time.